Hello dear students, today we are going to start our sixth unit of programming with Python, that is file input output handling and exception handling. Okay, and our today's topic is input output operations in Python. So we'll start. So taking input from user. Okay, so for that purpose we are using input function, or we can say input method, through which we can take an input from a user. Okay, sometimes a developer might want to take the input from the user at some point in the program. For that purpose we are using input function. Okay, so the syntax of input function is just write input and within a parenthesis just pass a value. Okay, where the prompt is a string that is displayed in the string at the time of taking input. So for example, here we have what we can say, declaring a variable that is name, and we are passing a value to that particular. We are taking a user defined input. For that purpose we are specify here the input function, and just we are just within a prompt we have written enter your name. So when this statement is going to be executed, it is just ask for enter your name, and that time we have to pass our runtime input. Okay, so we have taking an input in a name variable, and just we are going to print that particular name. So when we are executing this, it is just ask for enter your name, we are passing a name, and it will just going to print hello, that particular name. That is here I am specified that GFG. Okay, so now the second way, if you want to pass the input number as an input, okay, or we can say integer value, so you have to specify that particular input function, or we can say input prompt, within the int function. So it will convert your specified what we can say runtime input in integer, and it is going to store into the number variable. When you are going to use for the specific mathematical operation, so it is going to be accessed as a input. Okay, sorry, we can say integer, and it is going to calculate the value, and after that you are going to print that value. Okay, so in this example here we have specified num variable, and we are just taking here integer value as an input. Okay, for that purpose we are specify int function, and within that function we have specified input function, and we have just written a prompt enter a number. So when this statement is executed, it is just ask for enter a number. We are specifying number, and that it is accepted as a string. But when you are converting into the integer, and it is just going to be stored into the num variable. Okay, when you are performing addition, you are specifying other variable, that is add is equals to number plus 1, then it is going to be add that specified integer plus 1, and it is going to be print that value, that is 26. Next is displaying output. So for displaying output, you have to just use a sprint function to display the output. Okay, for that specified syntax for print is just print. Then if you want to directly print a value, then just specify the value. If you want to specify in a new line, then just write in single quote /n. Okay, and then file name and flush. This is a syntax. Okay, the parameter value is just a value, sep is a separator, and for and you have used /n. File, if you want to it is an optional. If you want if it using a write method, then just specify the file name. Okay, flush, it is a boolean specifying it is the output is flushed, the true or buffered, or its default value is false, and returns the output out to the screen. So see this example, you are using print function. If you are spacing in first print, you are just printing just string. In second, you are separated by single quote, okay, and you are specified that sep is equals to single quote, so it is a separator operator. And in last, you are using end argument, that is you are specifying @ is the end argument. And in last, you are in double quotes, you are specifying the string gigs for gigs, okay. So in all of this, after the so in first statement it is directly print gfg. In second also, it is already identified the separator, and it's directly going to be remove that separator and directly going to print gfg. And in third print, here after Python, you have already specified the end parameter, that is @. After Python, it is going to add that end parameter, that is @, and after it is going to print gigs for gigs in fourth statement. So here your third statement is going to print, that is Python @ gigs for gigs. If you want to format the output, for formatting the output in Python can be done in many ways. Let's discuss them below, okay. So we can use a formatted string literals by starting a string with a small f or capital F before opening a quotation mark or triple quotation mark. In this string, we can write a Python expression between a parenthesis, curly braces, that can be referred to a variable or any literal value. For example, in Python, if we are declaring a variable name and we are passing the input gfg, okay, and while we are printing that particular variable value, so we are going to format that value. That's why in print statement we are specified f, so we are going to format that particular string, okay. In single quote, I have written the string, that is hello, how are you, okay. And hello, after hello, if you want to print that particular variable name value, so you have to specify it into the curly braces, that is I am specifying name variable here, okay. And after that, when it is going to be execute, so it is going to be print that hello gfg, how are you. So whatever the string input you have passed, okay, it is going to print within that particular formatted string, okay. So see this second example. Here also we are going to use curly braces, okay. So we can use a format function to format our output to make it look presentable. The curly braces works as a placeholder. We can specify the order in which the variable occurs in the output, okay. So here two variables, that is a is equals to 20, b is equals to 10. We are adding the same and we are storing the result into the sum variable. After that, we are subtracting. We are going to perform minus operation within two variables, and we are going to store the result into the sub variable. Here if you want to print the value of a is, and you have to print the value of a, so just we have uses the placeholder, that is curly braces, and value of b is, and then we are using curly braces, then just give comma and use format function and just pass the value, that is a comma b. So where the placeholder is, at that time it is going to pass a first value, that is value of a is the first a value is 20, so it is going to print 20. The value of b is, so it is going to pass 10, so it is going to print b is 10, okay. Then print 2 is the number of 0, and here we are going to directly specifying the placeholder, okay, and here we are passing as a index. So now here we are specifying the index is 2, then here is the sum of 0, the index is 0, and 1, the index is 1. So we are just passing three values, that is a comma b comma sum. So here the index of a is 0, b is 1, and sum is 2. So when this statement is going to be executed, it is directly going to print the first summation of that particular variable, that is 30, and after that the string is the sum of then index value is 0, then it is going to print the value of a, that is 20, and afterward the value of b, that is 10. Okay, so like this statement, next statement is going to be executed. It is going to print the subtraction value of that particular variable. So it is going to print like this. So I hope everybody getting this point. So this is this video. Okay, thank you.